Hello there, survivors. I built this old and slightly abandoned factory in ARK Survival Ascended using mostly just normal stone and painting that to look like old bricks, as well as a little bit of the steampunk skin from the Bob Talltales pack to get these nice pillars for the building, and a little bit of the wasteland and frontier structures to get the windows in place, get the rusted feel especially from these new wasteland skins to make the place look a little bit older, boarded up in some places and like taken over as a new base. This build should give you enough space on the inside for a proper workshop and storage system. You can have some tames inside or a full garage if you want to use the new better rigs, and then it also has a good spot for your tribe tower. So as always, if you enjoyed these videos, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and please let me know down in the comments below if you would like to see a tutorial on this build. And here we go. This is the old factory that I made, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out eventually. As you can see, we have a big like tower slash chimney where the tribe tower is on top of. To the side, there's actually also the industrial forge inside of that building there as well. And then we have the main big factory hall here, using some of the new barn doors as well as the new hangar doors here to the side. Normally this is probably where the truck would drop off things, but in this case it's where you can park some of your bigger tames and unload them into your storage and crafting area. I think it turned out as a pretty nice build. I built it here because of this sewer pipe. I just wanted to integrate that into the build. Not sure if that was the wisest decision, because as you can see, you kind of need to wall it off so the corrupted dinos just don't come and attack my building all the time. But yeah, I think it makes for a nice base for sure. Plenty of space on the inside. We have a bunch of fun details. As you can see, most of these windows have been destroyed and boarded up using scaffolding, even overlapping scaffolding, changing some to the wasteland skins. We've got some more over there as well. So yeah, just to make it feel properly old. And we have those as well for these small windows, using some of the frontier ones, but then some of these new wasteland ones, so it makes it look like they're boarded up, like just some of them. And I feel like that's a really nice effect to keep going around. And then of course these new roofs of the wasteland skins are very nice for this kind of factory build, and then you have some of them being broken and having some holes in them. I think makes for a very unique and distinct look, which is quite nice to have. And then here we have two of these small chimneys. Now these ones are made by making a special kind of circle which gets you much smaller circular shapes, which is actually something that Super Doom showed me, and it's very useful because otherwise this would have been a massive chimney, but now they're much smaller and look a lot nicer. And I've painted these gold to get like this nice look to them as well. And yeah, I think that looks quite nice. It's a little added detail. Then we here also have some pipes from the steampunk deco mod, which is just really nice. Adds all these pipes and stuff with these vents, which is really nice for decorating. If you play with mods, definitely adds a little bit. But yeah, overall I'm just really happy with the way the look of the factory came out. I wanted to go for an older factory that was maybe abandoned for a while, and then now people have moved it back in and have started living there again. So you can see the windows being destroyed, boarded up and repaired in some places. And then we have the build connected by these two, which is a really cool feature. Kind of happened as a happy accident because of I had to clear that structure for the tribe tower. So yeah, we could place it down because they can't be obstructed from above. But yeah, there we go. It's standing tall, burning brightly, which looks really, really cool. And then, of course, we got this as a main base. The outside, I think it looks really, really cool. It looks very close to what I had imagined after Googling some old factories and taking some inspiration from those images and then bringing those all together. And then here on the inside, we have the main factory build. As you enter through the main entrance, you can see it's quite a big base. You have space to really turn this into your full base. First of all, as you can see, there's plenty of space for a garage, so you can easily make a better rig inside and park it safely or repair it safely right in there. If you're wondering, these skins are from the factory custom cosmetic, which is a premium custom cosmetic, but yeah, without them it would still look okay. I just wanted to utilize them now that I've done a factory build. Then for the rest, you'll mostly see the Frontier, Steampunk, and Wasteland skins from the Bob Talltales DLC. Actually, I forgot to do these next to the entrance. There we go, that's much better. So yeah, we have room for everything. We have a medium teleporter here to bring in some tames, because this would kind of also be, I guess, your dino pen, because you can probably bring some tames in here, depending on whether or not you're using the garage. Of course, you'll have more space. We'll have some cryos, some preserving bit. Well, that's more for decoration actually. I just like the look of that in a factory hall. We got some of the cam benches with the factory skin, the new cam lab as well, which looks really cool as a structure. Then back here, well, all we have is a little toilet. We have a little fridge for some eggs. We have another cryos and a little hatching spot here in the corner if you want to hatch some of your tames. We've got the grinder going on here. We have the steam forge here, just to show you, like, you have plenty of space here if you would need it. We have the smithy back here, fabricator. Yeah, everything's standing tall. Then a storage system. I personally have always visual storage on my playthroughs, so that's what it would look like for me. But of course, you could easily just use vaults or dedicated storage there to get a similar system in place, neatly tucked away under the walkways, just having another layer of ceilings there to make sure that you can stack them up more easily. In the case of these storage crates or vaults, of course, dedicated storage, you can just keep stacking them as you wish. But yeah, you can see we have quite a bit of space here for all these crafting structures without running out. And then we have some ways, different ways to get up to the next level. Here on the side, there's nothing too much, but you can see there is still more space. So if you would need even more space, this is definitely where you could place some more structures down. And especially if you play with a bunch of mods, of course, you'll always have extra crafting tables that you need to place. I kind of just place these fireplaces because they go into these chimneys that are slightly overlapping to the inside. So, you know, I figured, yeah, why not? makes it make a little bit more sense here on the inside. Then we have this little, well, I guess the manager's office, or the you know, whoever is making sure that everyone is working and taking a look at what everyone is doing here. So we have the offices, which I kept relatively open. We have some beds, we have a little bit of storage, but other than that, there is just still a lot of room here left. Probably just should add a little table or something in here and discuss. And then you have a little platform to look out over the work that's being done. I probably would park my like RGs and pterodons here, snow owls now as well, of course, because then they're kind of out of the way, but you can still easily fly out of the doors or out of the hangar doors there, but they're just parked in a nice convenient spot. And then over here we've got another walkway, we've got a teleporter here, some of the gene stuff in here, another smithy for crafting, looking out over the whole crafting hall here as well. And then there's also another walkway connecting the two up, because I felt like having some proper walkways is definitely going to go well with the factory vibe, right? And then this go up one more so that you have these nice tall windows to enjoy on both sides. We have a little kitchen area here, so the grill, cooker, just a little table here, fridge, of course a water source, and then we have, in this case, the tech generator so that I can power it all with just the one. And we also have the pyromane to power the flames. But yeah, you have a decent amount of space, and technically, I mean, you could definitely still add more layers if you wanted more, but I just kind of also kept the looks in mind. This feels like a proper factory hall, right? And then these hangar doors, of course, are quite nice. There's another way to get down here so that you can easily go and get there. And then, of course, you can close these. I really love the way that we now have so many variations of opening and closing gates. But yeah, I think this is going to be really nice. And as I said, this is kind of the idea that you can park some tames here. Then you can unload them from here because you can stand on these docking bays. And yeah, I think that just was a cool little look to them, and probably semi-practical, especially for bigger tames. Like a mammoth, of course, you can't really just fly it in, so then you would just park it here, unload it, and instantly put it away in your storage. Of course, Well, if I play with mods, I could just have something here that unloads it for me, but you know, gotta take things in mind. And I just also really like the look of these things. And then we actually have a really good view here on the edge of the city, so not too bad of a spot, except you have to protect yourself from the corrupted dinos, of course. And then we have this piece that connects the two builds. Just a nice little metal walkway to the other side. As I said, we've got the industrial forge here, so you can access it from here, smelt some stuff. But as I already showed, yeah, there's definitely also space to have it here if that might be more practical. That's why I have the steam forge there, because probably more efficient to do it that way. But needed to do something in this tower here. And then actually in this broken window, we can leave to the outside, and they've built up some scaffolding all the way to the top, because basically the idea is that this used to be like a big chimney next to the factory, but it kind of broke down, and then they build it up again with the scaffolding to get the tribe tower up. So that's kind of the that's a little bit where the more scavengy wasteland look comes from. Then have the tribe tower in, although the tribe tower actually does work really well to be part of the chimney as well. And I love the fact that these tribe tower flames are visible from much further than other flame sources are usually. So that is definitely a nice look, and I kind of like the way this balances things out. Yeah, it kind of has an all-in-one base kind of feel. Of course, if you really want a lot of tames, and especially inside, that might be a little bit tricky, but I feel like you pretty much have everything that you need right in one spot, and a pretty cool and unique look to it, and definitely a really nice way to blend in some of all of the skins from the Bob Tall Tales pack, which is always a good thing, you know, blending them in together and still using some of the normal materials with some paint, which is definitely always a very powerful thing to do. This is probably one of the better ways to just, you know, blend them together. I always like to play around with how can we use all the different building skins, because the wastelands especially, I've heard a lot of people say they don't like it as much, and I think it's definitely more difficult to build a full build just using that. But with all the skins that we already have, especially with the frontier, blends in very well together with the new wasteland one. I think that's the ways you need to go for. And then also just using the normal structures, all I did was adding some paint, and they look completely different, and that really can help you transform your builds into some really cool and unique bases. So yeah, hopefully you like this build as well. Let me know in the comments down below, and of course let me know if you would like to see a full step-by-step build tutorial for this one too. And if you have any other suggestions for future builds, yeah, feel free to always suggest those down in the comments, or join my Discord and leave them over there. For now, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one or the next stream. For now, goodbye.